Hey Innie, it's time to film.
You too can be a pro filmmaker for $500 with this little gadget.
The Osmo Pocket 3 has quickly become a versatile camera that has added a lot of value to my workflow. But today, this camera is going to help me be a pro filmmaker for only $500. So let's get geared up with this camera and start the filmmaking. Firstly, the camera's quality has honestly surprised me ever since owning it. I was actually very hesitant before even getting this camera due to the fact that I kept seeing some footage that I wasn't super happy with, and it took some convincing from a friend. But for $500, this thing has some great video quality because it shoots 4K all the way to 120 frames per second, and as well it has 10-bit color, so you can do a little bit more color grading. See, I love having this camera to be able to have, footage that I can put throughout my normal videos while using this camera because it gives me different perspectives, but it also lets me condense down so I don't have to bring as much when I'm trying to just do some little bit of talking like this. So for the image quality, how's it looking so far? I really like having the capabilities that this camera has. One of the coolest things to be able to do with this is just being to slow down footage at 4K 120 frames per second. This will definitely help you slow down footage. No, I'm just kidding, but seriously, it does help you slow down footage pretty cool. So let me show you. One of the cool features that this camera has for filmmaking in general is that it has the ability to track you. Honestly, it's pretty great to have my own personal assistant when it comes down to filmmaking because I have this tracking with this camera that allows me to just do more creative shots or be able to capture things that I wouldn't if I had just a more static shot. And whether I use it to track my face, like how I'm doing right now for my vlogging, is something very cool to be able to do, but as well, having the camera follow me as I'm walking across, the scenery or whatever to showcase a different type of style of shot, especially if I want to do a nice smooth panning shot because of the stabilizer and gimbal that this camera provides, all in one little package. Of course, having the ability to get creative with the 180-degree rotation is quite nice to be able to do something different. And as well, having the ability to put this camera in places that my traditional size camera wouldn't be able to fit. This allows me to go ahead and get creative because the form factor of this camera is so small that it's so nice to have a different perspective without losing too much quality as if I was shooting maybe with a GoPro of some sort because they're smaller, but this is small but has really good video quality. But honestly, probably my favorite feature of this camera to truly make it a great filmmaking tool for $500 besides all the cool little features you get is being able to shoot in 10-bit logs so that you can actually color grade it to your liking for your artistic choice of color grade. It's nice to have footage from a small compact camera that actually can really match up with my mirrorless cameras to a certain degree where I don't feel like I'll lose too much quality for bringing such a camera to fill in certain shots if I want to condense down. This allows me to bring this camera for the more wider range of shots, especially for the vlogging type of things as well, and to be able to match it fairly well enough to my Sony cameras. That is a very powerful tool to have for a very good pricing and a form factor. It really does help me get those creative shots with such a small form factor of a camera that I love pairing it up with my Sony cameras to get creative. It's just really cool to be able to film those panning shots a lot smoother with this camera than having to rig out my full frame camera with a gimbal and just truly be able to get creative with these shots to put the camera in just weird places to be able to have a different perspective as I'm talking to you or wanting to do something different with my videos. So pretty cool to be able to do that and pair it up with my camera so nicely because it just makes me have more pro abilities with such a small compact body. And I'm sure there's going to be someone typing away on their keyboard. Well, I can do some 180-degree shots with my phone or something like that with maybe a gimbal. And well, yeah, you're right, you could do that. But at the end of the day, having this type of gimbal on a small form factor, which is the reason why it's called a pocket camera, is quite nice to be able to do some creative shots all in one setup without having to go and attach other things or maybe be differently with your phone because it's a little bit bulky and having to get those phone gimbals. So So yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to have this, and it's been a great filmmaking tool to have. And of course, I still appreciate you watching, even if you want to be a keyboard warrior about that, but you know, just appreciate you making it this far for the video. But yeah, this camera gives you that pocket size feel, pun intended, of a camera to bring along with you wherever you go to capture some great cinematic moments because it has great quality. You get to have some great stable footage, maybe some creative shots, and as well having that 10-bit log footage to be able to get creative with your color choices so that you can add a different tone to your videos, which in all honesty, it'll help you enhance your skills to become more of a pro filmmaker, to get the right color grade and as well footage to be able to start dominating into it. If you're not using a mirrorless camera before or anything like that, this will allow you to get that stepping stone into it to just practice as well whenever you want to. This is why this camera to me is worth the $500. I was very hesitant at first, I promise that. I can admit that whenever I was thinking about this one firsthand. It's not going to be the best and perfect camera, but it does so much for such a little amount of money that you're able to do so many pro things. And that's the main thing about having this camera added to your arsenal if you're already into filmmaking. Maybe you're shy about filmmaking when it comes down to vlogging, or maybe capturing some behind the scenes that you don't want to, you know, make your clients nervous or something because you have now multiple cameras set up. This will make them feel more comfortable because in all honesty, most people are used to having their phones or something like that, that if you bring this out, they'll feel a little bit more comfortable for you to use to document your behind the scenes or maybe your vlogs or anything, that you'll feel that courage to go ahead and get creative and up your filmmaking skills to become a little bit more professional, because this camera has very good pro qualities. Of course, this is not going to replace your nice cinema camera or maybe a nice full frame camera that you have to just be your one and done, since obviously you can't change lenses and you can zoom in and out here. Maybe the quality won't be the best, but you still get to do so much, and I've been very happy with it. So like I always say in these videos when I make them, I thank my friend Ben for, you know, convincing me, bringing me to this one, and I've enjoyed it. That's why I wanted to make something of this video to showcase why you should go ahead and invest $500 to become a pro filmmaker. You get great control, great dynamic range, you get 10-bit color, creative shots, and a gimbal all in one camera. And if you maybe go to Costco or something, you can get this one for like 500 bucks or whatever with like their combo that they have. So I mean, it's cheaper than an iPhone that has a pro quality, so do with that what you will. If you already have a good enough phone, maybe upgrade to this because it'll help you separate the phone to the, you know, filmmaking gear to get more creative. So what are you waiting for? Are you planning to pick up this camera because it's been, you know, the rage on social media and everywhere else, but you can actually acquire it, not like what happened with the Fuji X100 V? Or are you planning to use something else and maybe your phone or something like that, or you're sucking it up with your actual camera? Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to know what you think about this little setup for 500 bucks to become a pro filmmaker, or if you're going to be using something else. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.